Hello everyone, welcome back to the new episode of my tutorial series on software development. In the previous episode, we have successfully created a method to insert transaction and transaction detail in our transaction module. So in this episode, we will create a functionality to search for our dealer and customer and insert the details in our text boxes or display the details in our text boxes. So without further delay, let's move to our tutorial series. So first of all, we will need to open our project, which is any store. For me, I have kept in my desktop, so I'll just open it and open the project solution file in Visual Studio. So this was the data access layer and methods to insert transaction detail. Now let's go to our design. So this was the purchase and sales form design. Now before adding a functionality to search for dealer and customer and display the details in these text boxes, what I want to do is I want to specify whether I am on purchase transaction or sales transaction. For that, what I want to do is, let me go to user dashboard first. So in order to specify whether I am on purchase transaction or sales transaction, what I want to do is when I click on purchase menu, I want to display purchase here, not sales. And when I click on sales menu, I want to display sales here, not purchase. So for that, let's go to our user dashboard form and here go to the code view by double clicking on purchase button. So I'll just double click on purchase button and this is our code view of our user dashboard form. So in our user dashboard, let's go to the top. Here let's go here. I want to set a public static string method in order to set the value whether the form is purchase or sales. So set a public static method to specify whether the form is purchase or sales. So public static string, I'll type the name transaction type and semicolon, and it do not have any value. When we click on purchase or sales button, we will set the value. So when I click on purchase button, so double click on purchase button and here this is the purchase button. So when I click on purchase button, I want to set the value of this transaction type to purchase. So when I click on purchase button, I want to set value on purchase button on transaction type static method. So transaction type is equals to purchase. So that's it, we set a value on transaction type when we click on purchase button. So when we click on sales button, I want to set its value to sales. So just double click on sales button. So this is our sales menu click event. Previously we copied the code from here, so it has a purchase here. So I want to change it first, so it will be sales and change it here also. So sales, that's it. Now when we click on sales button, I want to change the value of transaction type to sales. So set the value of transaction type method to sales. So transaction type is equals to sales. So this value we have in our static string method will specify whether we are on purchase form or sales form. Now let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S, and now we need to go on purchase and sales form. So this is our purchase and sales form. So I want to display whether this is a purchase or sales form in this title. So let's get the name of this. So select the title and go to property. So its name is LBL top. So on LBL top I want to display whether it is a purchase or sales. For that, go to the form load event. Just select the form in the blank space here or here. Select the blank space, don't select any panel. So just select the click on blank space and double click on blank space. Now this is a purchase form sales load event. We have created a purchase and sales form load event. So this was our form, purchase or sales form. So I just double clicked on blank space to create a form load event. So you need to click double click on blank space. So just double click on blank event, or what you can do is select the blank space and go to properties and click on thunder icon and then double click on load event. It will also create the same load event. Now here we want to display whether it is purchase or sales based on the menu we clicked here. So let's go to the event and here get the transaction type value from user dashboard. So string type is equals to frm user dashboard dot transaction type. So this will give the transaction type we set earlier in user dashboard here. So we will get the value of transaction type here in our purchase and sales form. So this type string variable has a value from user dashboard. So based on this type we will display the text on our label top. So let's set the value on LBL top. So LBL top dot text is equals to type. So that's it. This will display whether the form is purchase or sales. Let's check it out by clicking on start. Let's log in by using user credentials, which is username is user, password is user, and type is user. So login successful. Okay, and let's click on purchase. I think we have some error here. We did not get any values right now, so we need to check it out. Let's close and let's close. So I think we have an error. lbl.type is equals to type, transaction type. So here we have transaction type, so purchase transaction type. So let's add this before loading the form. So I'll add before loading the form, and here also I'll add before loading the form. Control S. Let's start once again. User and user, login successful. Okay, click on purchase. So now it is showing successfully. We need to set the value before loading the form. So let's close. So this will clearly specify whether we are on purchase or sales. Purchase means we are purchasing from dealer, and sales means we are selling to our customer. So let's close this form and click on sales. So now it displays sales. So it is clear that whether we are on purchase or sales. Now another step is to search for dealer or customer by typing the keywords here and displaying their details in respective text boxes. So let's close this and add that functionality. So I'll just close this and let's close this. So we successfully identified whether we are on purchase transaction or sales transaction. Now another important functionality we are going to add is type the keyword to search dealer or customer here and display the respective details in name, email, contact, and address text boxes. For that we will need to create a new method in our dealer or customer data access layer. So let's go to the Solution Explorer and go to the DAL and open our dcost DAL file. So I'll just double click on dcost DAL. So here, after the search method, we will create another method to search the dealer or customer based on keywords. So let's create a region has region method to search dealer or customer for transaction module, and has region, it ends here, has end region. So that's it. Now here we will create a method of dcost BLL type. So public dcost BLL search dealer customer for transaction and we will pass a string keyword. That's it. We have an error here, but don't worry about the error, we will fix it later when we create a data table and return it. It will be fixed. So before that, we need to create a object for our dcost BLL class. So create an object for dcost BLL class. So dcost BLL dc is equals to new dcost BLL. That's it. Now we need to create a database connection. For that, SQL connection con is equals to new SQL connection, and we'll pass my connection string. That's it. Now after connecting a database, we need to create a data table to store a value from database temporarily. So create a data table to hold the value temporarily. So data table dt equals new data table, and after this we will return a object, dc object. Here we don't need to return a data table since it is a dcost BLL type method. We will return dcost object. So dc return dc. That's it, we solved our error. Now between this, we need to write actual code to search the dealer or customer based on keywords. For that, I will start with try block. So try and then catch exception ex, and we will display a message if you have any exceptional errors. So message box dot show ex dot message, and last one is finally we will close the database connection. So connection dot close. Now we will write the actual query to select to search the dealer or customer based on keywords in our try block. So first step is to write a SQL query. So write a SQL query to search dealer or customer based on keywords. So string SQL is equals to select. So we need to select certain details only, not all details. So what we will be searching for is name, email, contact and address. So let's start with select name. Do we have name? Let's go to Server Explorer and expand our database and tables and tbl dcost. So we have his name, email, contact and address. We need these four things. So I'll start name, email, contact and address. Name, email, contact, and last one is address. address from tbl underscore d underscore cost, where we will search based on id and name. So where id like percentage and then double quote and then plus plus keyword, and or name like percentage double quote and then plus plus keyword. So that's it. This is the query to select our name, email, contact address of dealer or customer based on id and name. So this is it. After we have written the SQL query to select the name, email, contact and address of dealer and customer based on id and name, we will need to execute the query. For executing the query, we will create SQL Data Adapter. So create a SQL Data Adapter to execute the query. So SQL Data Adapter is equals to new SQL Data Adapter using SQL and connection, and then we need to open the database connection. Open the database connection. For that, connection dot open. Now we need to transfer the data from SQL Data Adapter to data table. So transfer the data from SQL Data Adapter to data table. So adapter dot fill dt. So here we have written the query to get the details of dealer and customer from database and store the value in SQL Data Adapter. Then we have transferred the value to data table. So if we have any value in our data table, we need to assign it to our dealer or customer BLL. So for that, if we have values on dt, we need to save it in dealer customer BLL. So if dt dot rows dot count is greater than 0, then we need to set the value in our dealer or customer BLL. So dc dot name is equals to dt dot rows and then 0 here name, column name and dot to string. So that's it. Similarly, we will also do for email, contact and address. So dc dot email is equals to dt dot rows 0 and then email dot to string, and dc dot contact is equals to dt dot rows contact dot to string. I think we have error here. Rows we don't have here 0, so 0 dot contact, and last one is address. So dc dot address is equal to dt dot rows 0 and then address dot to string. So that's it. We have successfully created a method to search the dealer or customer based on keyword and display on text boxes. So this is it, guys. Let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S. Now using this method, we need to display the details of dealer or customer based on search keyword. So let's go to the purchase and sales form. This is purchase and sales form. Now select the search text box and go to properties, and here click on thunder icon if you aren't on this event properties. So in our event properties we need to create a text change event for this text box. So select the text box, go to properties, click on thunder icon and go to text change event and double click in it, and we created a text change event for text search. So first step is to get the keyword from the text box. So string keywords is equals to txt search.text. so we got the keyword from text box, but we need to check if the text box has a value or not. If the text box do not have any value, then we need to make these text boxes blank. But if we have any value on text box, then we need to fill all the details. So let's check it out. If keyword is equals to blank, then clear all the text boxes. So let's go and let's select this name text box and check its property. So its name is txt name. So txt name dot text is equals to blank. Similarly, txt email dot text is equals to blank, and txt contact dot text is equals to blank, and txt address dot text is equals to blank. So that's it. So what we did is, if we do not have any values here, we will make all of the text boxes blank. But if we have any value in this text box, then we need to get the details of dealer or customer based on that keyword and display here. So for that, let's go to our code view of this form. So I will just double click on text box here, and after this if statement, we will write the code to get the details and set the value on text boxes. For that, let's create an object of dealer or customer BLL and search for the details based on the keyword. So dcost, what do we have? Dcost BLL dc is equals to dcdal. Do we have dcdal? I don't think we don't have dcostdal. So let's create a dcostdal first here. So I'll create a object for dcostdal. dcostdal is and dcdal is equals to new dcdal, and hover over the error and click on show potential fixes and using any store.dal. So we have dcdal now we don't have here. So dc is equals to dcdal dot search dealer or customer for, we will use search dealer or customer for transaction method we created earlier, and we need to pass keyword here, keyword. So this is a keyword we got from search text box. Now hover over the error, click on show potential fixes and click on first option, which is using any store.bll. So we use the method we created earlier to get the details of dealer or customer based on keyword, and we save the value on dealer or customer business logic layer, and its object is dc. So we need to get this value and we need to transfer this value to our text boxes like name, email, contact and address. So let's do that. Now transfer or set the value from dcost bll to text boxes. So txt name dot text is equal to dc dot name, and similarly txt email dot text is equals to dc dot email, and txt contact dot text is equals to dc dot contact, and the last one is txt address dot text is equals to dc dot address, not added by, dc dot address. So that's it, guys. We have successfully written the code to search the dealer or customer based on keyword and display on text boxes. Now let's test it out by clicking start. Now log in by user credentials. So user password is user type is user, and login successful. Let's click on purchase. So we will search the dealer or customer based on ID or name. So first one will be 1. Let's search. So we have successfully obtained the details of our dealer or customer and displayed the respective details in our text boxes. Similarly, let's search for 2. We don't have dealer or customer with 2 ID. Let's search for 3. So we have a customer with ID 3. Let's type a 4. We don't have a 4, and if it's blank it just gives the random value. Let's search for Tom. Yes, it gives a Tom like GG, so it also gives based on name. So guys, we have successfully obtained the result we needed, but I think we have some error. When this field is blank, everything should be blanked. Let's check it out and fix this problem. So I'll just close this and close this. What I forgot to do here is, after this, since we don't have else condition, we need to return it. So I'll just type return, and that's it, and it should fix the problem. Let's save it by pressing Ctrl and S. Start the program and log in user and login successful. Let's go to purchase and type Tom. So it displays all the respective details when this is blank, so everything is blank. When I type another name, so it gives all the details, and when I delete it, everything is gone. So this is it, guys. In the next episode we will add similar functionality for adding product and product details. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and click on bell icon so that you will get notified when I upload new videos. If you have any confusion related to this video, then don't forget to comment. I'll reply as soon as possible. So once again, thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.